Hi everyone, today we are going to continue with the website that we created in our previous section, and today, as you can see, we are going to add a slideshow, or rather a slider. Well, a slider is a very good way of communicating a message, and it also creates an appeal to a website. As you know, pictures speak 1,000 words. So my slider, I'm going to have it just below the heading title of my page. Fine. And for us to do that, we are going to take an approach that is very simple, which requires very little coding or no programming at all. So I'll kindly request you to come to this website, cssslider.com. This is a very good website that offers a program that you can use to generate a slider for Windows operating system or even for the Mac. So very quickly, if possible, download the slider generator for your appropriate operating system. As you can see, we have two choices. One is for the Windows operating system and the other one is for the Mac operating system, or the iOS if you like. Well, without wasting much time, I've already done that, and I expect you to simply download that file. You'll be required to enter your name and also your email. Then you can press the download button for the simple program. Once that is done, I'll ask you to simply install the program. It's a very straightforward process. Well, as you can see on my desktop, I have already installed my CSS slider program, which I'm going to open right now. And once it's open, I'm going to add images to my slider. Well, very simple. Just add images. I'm going to come to my folder, which I've already chosen here, and I'm going to add all the images that I want in my website. Once I do that, I've selected them. I'm going to click open. As you can see, there they are. One good thing about this program is that it allows you to arrange the images that you have the way you'd like them to appear on your slideshow. Well, I'd like to start with women apparel. So I'm going to push down all the men's apparel downwards. As you can see, there you go. Now, one other thing you can choose to configure is the skins. Since this is a free demo, we are only allowed to use the basic skin. But depending on your budget, you can always buy the licensed version. You can use any other skin of your choice. So by skin, this is what I mean. As you can see, once I click on that, the buttons change, right? Corresponding to the skin, yeah? There you have it. So it's all upon you. And of course, as I mentioned, the licensed version has to be purchased. So for starters, we are going to use the basic version. Once you do that, you have a choice of colors. You can choose whichever color you want to use for your skin. I'll leave that with the default. And of course, we can also choose the template font. That's the font that we like to use for our slider. Well, for now, let me choose Ubuntu. Okay, fine. Once that is done, we come down to effects. And for the effects, we can choose whichever effect we want to have on our slider. For example, at the moment, I have this effect. I can choose jump, right? And as you can see, once I click on it, it jumps from up down. You can choose slide, right? And any other effect that you feel you want to use. So for now, let me choose which one? Well, let's try zoom, see what happens. Or let's try slide. Fine. Once you're done with the effects that you want to use, you come to the image size, or rather the size of your slider. You've been given quite a number of sizes or aspect ratios if you wish. But for me, I'll choose 480 by 360 because that will fit perfectly into my page. And I'll also go for full width. After that, you can go to the advanced tab, and from here you can configure all the other things that you want to configure. For example, the slider title and all these other things which I will not get into detail right now. Once that is done, you're basically through with the configuration of your simple slideshow. So after that, what you are going to do, we are going to save the HTML. Well, make sure you come to the place where you want to save your HTML file, and once you get there, I advise you to create a folder, and in this folder I'm going to name it slider 1, and of course the name of my slider or my HTML file, I'll also call it slider 1. Very good. Click on your folder and save your HTML file. Once you're through with that, it will quickly open in the browser window. As you can see, there it is. Very good. The image slider is working quite well. So the next thing is simply to implement it in our website. And as I earlier mentioned, I'm going to have it right below this heading. Well, how do you do that? Go back to where you saved your slider, click on open, and from there you'll see a file called how to use, or rather how to. I'm going to click on that, and once I do that, I'm going to get the HTML how to file. This is a simple file giving you instruction on how to go about implementing, or rather adding, your slideshow code to your website or to your page. The first step is to upload this folder, the folder indicated there, or rather indicated below. You'll upload this to your server. So which folder is that? Let's go back and see. It's called CSS slider. So we come back, slider files, there they are. So open slider 1. As I have said, it's in my desktop, slider 1. Once I do that, I find all the folders that I'm supposed to have in my server. So very quickly, I'm going to copy this. Sorry. And I'm going to have them here. Go back to your website. As you can see, my website is in Visual Studio, Microsoft Visual Studio. And I'm simply going to copy the folder to my root folder. Paste. Once I do that, I come to section number 2. Section number 2, or rather instruction number 2, is to paste the code that they have given us. I'm going to take all this code. I'm going to copy. Once I copy it, I'm going to paste it between the body tags of my website, or rather my page. Remember, you only paste it where you want the slideshow to appear. Here I come. As I had mentioned earlier, I just want it to come below the heading, this heading here. I want it to fall right in below there. So I'm going to come back to Visual Studio and I'm going to paste. Once I paste, I'm going to save. Once that is saved, I'm going to refresh, or rather I'm going to test my page in the browser, and voila, there it is. Very, very beautiful slider. As you can see, it's working perfectly well. Well, let's check the whole page and see. Everything is intact. The links are okay. The slider is okay. And it came right where I wanted it to come. What about the function? Are they working correctly? Let me stop. As you can see, it has stopped. Right? I can play the slider again. Can move forward. And all my images are there. All my images are there. And they are working just fine. Okay. So with that, I hope you'll be able to add slideshows to your websites or HTML pages without any problem. Just as a recap, this was how my page looked before I added the slideshow, right? And now that I've added my slideshow, this is what we have, okay? And in case you're wondering, you can always stop and test in another browser. For example, I can go to Chrome, can choose Chrome in my Visual Studio, and I can test that same page in Chrome. Let's wait and see. As it's loading, if you have any question, please feel free to email me or call me, and we'll be happy to build a website for you or answer any other query that you might have. Thanks for watching. Here it is in Chrome, sorry. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to this channel, like our Facebook channel, like our Facebook YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and we'll be very happy. Thank you and bye bye. Kwaherini sana.